It's lunchtime and the Brooklyn Cafe is open for business. Live from the Amp Media Studios, Dawn and Freddie S. and their team are ready to serve up a huge portion of fun for lunch with friends and neighbors. So let's break open that lunch pail and unwrap that sandwich you brought and take a front row seat in the Brooklyn Cafe and get ready to enjoy some humor and hot topics. It's time to get a healthy serving of hope and happiness to help your day go by with a smile. Your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S., are ready to talk about food, health, dating, or just plain dream making. If you have a story to share, movie review, restaurant critique, or just a coincidental thing that happened to you, call in toll free 888-994-4995, Studio A right now. Sit back and enjoy your lunch break at the Brooklyn Cafe. Here are your hosts, Dawn and Freddie S.
We all do that at the same time?
Welcome. You know what time it is?
That's you.
That's
me.
me.
Oh my God. And you wonder why I feel this way, Anne-Marie. I can't imagine.
You got to get hip to what's going on. There's a lot of changes going on. And we have a big party coming up. So I have your little speaker you gave me.
It's nice, right?
Hooked up. You hear the music?
Look, it's got lights and everything.
I know. It's like a disco ball.
It's nice.
And we got a new beat coming out. They don't like it, and I point to the man hater over there.
Mona Lisa.
But everybody else seems to like it. It's all good, but we have a surprise announcement. What are we doing on the 26th?
So June 26th is a week from Friday. We're going to be at the beach. It's no show, no cameras, just a fun beach party to celebrate our 10-year anniversary of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. So we've rented a really big pavilion in case it rains or in case it's really too hot. There's a big covered pavilion that holds 75 people. So I think there'll be plenty of room for us if it rains, or if you just want to hang, you can go to the beach. There's beach access. We'll pick up some food. We'll have some fun, some sodas, some drinks. I don't know, just bring everyone together and say thank you for all of your support for the past 10 years of the Brooklyn Cafe Show. 10 years, 8 years of interns, 2 years of a foundation, the Amp Media Productions. There's a lot of amps, a lot of things going on, new websites happening. Just our way of saying thank you and come out and just enjoy a day at the beach. It's summer. All we can do is embrace it, right? We can't fight it. It's an uphill battle. So just sit, relax, embrace it. And Wendy's shaking her head and just breathe and be in it. So that's what we're going to do. Have some fun.
Join me for a Puerto Rican block party. It's going to rain. I'm telling you right now. I don't know what time it's going to rain, but it's going to rain. But back in the day, we went to the beach when it rained. It did not matter. And we used to have a block party in the rain. It did not matter. So come on out and celebrate, because they say when it rains, it actually is good luck.
Good things happen.
That's why we call it the Puerto Rican block party. So don't worry about the rain. Rain or shine, come on out. You want to hit the beach, you can do that. You can stay under the pavilion, which is where I'm probably going to stay because it's a little hot out there. But come on out, have some fun. Let us thank you, because I was reminded that we have to thank you, because without you, we wouldn't be here one day, much less 10 years.
True that.
So that's a pretty good, it's funny because good dad, I get that from my partner who told me no for 4 years he wasn't joining the fray. So this song that we're doing, you know, time to shine.
Join the fray.
That's right, time to shine. All right.
So he can play his music as loud as he wants at the beach party.
Oh, watch out now, I got my speakers. Even Heather can't stop me.
So join us. We'll send out the post. We'll send out all the information. You'll see it on our social media. Yes, everyone is invited. No cover. Just come on out and have some fun with us.
That's right. It's all in the fun. It's one day of laughter.
All right. Ready to get into today's show?
I don't know if I am. I got a lot of people over there I'm scared of.
They've been helping me. Because, you know, I've been a little like this for the past week, and yesterday was a lot like craziness in my head.
No, you've been like this for more than a week.
I know, it's been
Yesterday
a few weeks,
was
right?
like it
Yesterday was like a culmination of...
Yeah, all of that.
And I was going to call Anne-Marie. Wendy was here on Monday, and Dana, but I'm like, they're going to be here today, so we can talk about it all today.
And if you ladies decide to help Dawn, can you do it away from the equipment? Because every time you do it, I lose a speaker, I lose a wire, I lose lots of stuff.
Yes, we're calling in all the angels to help clear me out.
Let's not start with the calling.
That's what it is.
The calling is outside. I set up another studio outside. If you guys want to hang out there, you can, away from the equipment, please.
All right, what else has the crew got putting together? Do you know? Brooklyn, what else do we have?
We talked about it. They're going to do a pass the mic deal. We'll see. Yeah.
Are we doing it in the beginning or the end?
At the end. After we finish, they're going to do their own invitation celebration.
All right, so we're going to kick off today's show. We've got Dana, Anne-Marie, and Wendy. The Woos are in the house. The Woo, I feel like, what are they called? The thing 1 and thing 2, but we've got woo 1, woo 2, woo 3, and counting. We got all the woos in the house. But no, we've got Dana Sardano, and since we finished the 10 Rex book club, and
what are we touching on?
We have finished reviewing everything. I don't know.
What are we touching on?
You'll have to see.
We're going to find out.
Trust. Oh, do we need a paper, a pencil, a crucifix? What do we need?
You just need faith in the process.
Faith in the process. All right, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, make sure you bring your faith and the process coming in with your cup of coffee in the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Mark your calendars for June 26th, and we'll be right back.
Discover Rosie's Garden. The collection draws inspiration from the beautiful niece of the founder, Rosie, who brought joy to many before passing too soon. Her beauty and spirit are reflected in every piece. Founded by 2 friends, Rosie's Garden is a female-owned brand passionate about creating stunning, elegant jewelry that embodies the concept of bellissima, the Italian word for beautiful. With a philosophy rooted in grace and elegance, the brand crafts each piece of jewelry using only the finest materials, including 18-karat gold and the highest quality craftsmanship, ensuring that every piece is a true work of art.
Greatness isn't something you chase, it's cultivated. The Ubuntu Girl's Guide to Greatness, written by Dana Sardano, is rooted in self-dedication, personal growth, and simply living in greatness. Inside, you'll find empowering prompts, hot tips, and space to journal your reflections. Featuring vibrant artwork by Dana Sardano, this is more than a book. It's a visual celebration of feminine power in all its forms. Bold, colorful, and unapologetically authentic. Ready to be great? Grab the Ubuntu Girl's Guide to Greatness at ubuntufishgallery.com. Also available as a beautifully designed deck of cards to bring greatness wherever you go.
This is AMP2 TV Network, powered by the AMP Media Future Foundation. AMP2 is an award-winning production company. Here, we produce any media your heart desires. We produce films that make people emotional. We make the audience engaged. We're innovative, eye-catching, unforgettable. Amplify your idea. Here at AMP2 TV.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
And we're back. All right, it's Wednesday, and we have finished 10 Recs for Personal Empowerment, 10 Recommendments by Dana Sardano. And today we're going to start decoding the woo, but before that, Dana is going to interview Anne-Marie Scorti. And Anne-Marie was introduced to us quite a few months ago, and she did a channeling of the studio and activation of me, because I can talk about me since it's me, and what that looks like and how she does what she does. I don't know how she does it, but Dana's going to do a quick interview. Then we're going to open up the conversation. So if you've got questions or comments, give us a call, 888-994-4995, Studio A. Of course, you can always write in your comments on Instagram or Facebook. Let us know. And Wendy's by my side over here. So we're going to get rolling into this. All right, Dana, let's roll Dana's intro, and we'll take it away.
This segment has been sponsored by the Ubuntu Room. Come join Dana Sardano as she offers life-changing advice that will affect the spiritual, emotional, and physical aspects of your being. Within her easily available writings, you will find the solution you need for your problems. Tune in to the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show.
Hi, my name is Dana Sardano, and this is the Ubuntu Room. I am so glad you're here. Thank you for joining me. So, for those of you who are new to who I am and what I do, everything I talk about is personal empowerment and spiritual development. And as Dawn had said, over the last several weeks, we really centered it around the personal empowerment. But it's important to create that foundation in order to expand that awareness. So yeah, we had to look at things we didn't want to look at. We had to dive into things to do work that we didn't want to do. But when we do that, we create a sense of sovereignty, a sense of empowerment, and our gifts begin to expand. And when that happens, then the mystical, the magical, the woo, all that stuff begins to take place. And that's what we're going to be talking about moving forward. Just a little spoiler alert, starting July 1st, we are going to focus on Decoding the Woo-Woo, which is the follow-up to 10 Recommendments for Personal Empowerment, and really, really look into some of the fun stuff. But before we start, I want to have a little conversation with Anne-Marie Scorti today. Anne-Marie is a very, very close friend of mine, and she does she's got some pretty incredible gifts, and I've seen her gifts expand in the time that I know her. But before I formally introduce her, before we have a conversation, I have to touch on the movie Disclosure Day for a second. I watched from my home, or from my rented home while I get my floors done, but I watched the show on Monday, the midday show, and I watched Dawn, Freddie, Sally, and Steve talking about their feelings about Disclosure Day, and then I watched Sally dig a little bit deeper on her show, Call Me Zena, and I've watched plenty of reviews about the movie. I saw the movie myself, and a lot of people have different opinions, but there's one thing that I saw in the movie that I want to touch on today, and it's a really good segue to the conversation that I want to have with Anne-Marie. And I'm not going to give anything away. I'm basically going to mention some of the obvious that happened in the movie. So Emily Blunt's character, she's a total normie. She was like a weather girl, and she had become activated from a bird came to see her. We'll just leave it at that. And she became activated. And that activation woke up, I'm going to say some sort of dormant DNA, and I'm sure I'll get more intel when I have a conversation with Anne-Marie, but woke something up, and all of a sudden she was able to channel different languages and even aliens and even be able to communicate telepathically and see into people's souls, if you will. Now, in the movie, they kind of paint it that she's one of two chosen people who could do this. But I'm not saying that there weren't pearls of fact in that work of fiction, but what I have seen in my experience with my friends and my own experience, this isn't just one or two people. There are many, millions, I would venture to say, people who not only have these abilities and not only have been activated in the last 5 to 10 years, but more that are becoming activated and more activations to come. And Emily Blunt's character was so carefree and cool. She kind of went with it. She thought it was crazy and weird, but she went along her storyline and she did these things. And Rob, not my husband, my schmoopy, we were like, oh my God, that's Anne-Marie. Oh my God, that's Anne-Marie. It was really like watching what I have seen with Anne-Marie in Anne-Marie's early years. Anne-Marie was well into being a trans channel when we met, but in our relationship and our friendship as it grew, I watched her gifts expand. I've watched Anne-Marie channel angels, archangels. I've watched her channel temperance. I've watched her channel the moon. I have watched her channel my spirit guides. I have watched her channel my Pekingese Tallulah from the grave. I have watched her channel all of these energies and consciousnesses that she is able, through her gift, to give a voice to. And this is a little tiny piece of what we saw in that movie. So I'm hoping that movie creates conversation for those that are becoming activated, that have these gifts, that think they're crazy, that don't want to talk about. There are many of you out there like that, and I'm sitting next to one of them. So, Anne-Marie, I know that was a long intro, but I really want to connect it for people because what you do is so incredible, and again, I've watched it expand, and you're like a real, like, normal person, you know what I mean? So what was that activation like for you, and how did you cope in bringing it to the public?
So to go back to when I first realized I was clairaudient.
Which means what?
I can hear a voice. So, or voices in my head. And it's telepathic. It's telepathic communication is what it is. And when that happened during meditation. So my first experience was through meditation, and that activated that ability for me, so that I am aware of. So then fast forward, and to bring up Dawn, I mean before that, but when that happened, prior to that happening, I got vertigo so bad I had to go to the hospital. I thought I was having a stroke. So that was me having my experience, like what we were just talking about with you, with she's been activated and you've got all these crazy energies coming in. I literally went to the hospital with mine, so yours is really good. So that's how it started for me. And then fast forward.
Can you tell people what activation means? Because people listen, like they saw the show that we did, and they think, oh, Dawn's like crazy. Like, what does that mean? They've activated her to do what?
Yeah, and this is where I was hoping to go with the conversation, because I know the they.
Or like, what does activation mean?
So I'm going to channel the answer because they're taking over anyway, because they wanted to have this discussion because of the need for it at this time. So Anne-Marie, is capable as our channel to transmit activation energies. And what this means is that we transmit through her, depending on the individual and how they need to be worked with, energies which activate dormant DNA and cellular memories, which then converge into an active opening of their channel and abilities to have their quote unquote metaphysical, spiritual, psychic abilities accelerate. So this is what we mean by activation. And we are able, through her channel, to use her hands and her vocal cords to open, to reconfigure the existing DNA in a human being so that it comes into a state of sequencing which allows them to become that part of themselves that has been yet undiscoverable, or accelerate what has already been discovered. Does this make sense?
Yes.
Yeah. Are there a lot more people becoming activated at this time? And what type of things are, other than Anne-Marie, what type of things are activating people's dormant DNA at this time?
There are frequencies embedded in multiple areas, in movies, in books, in songs, in signage, in nature. There are an unlimited amount of embedded beings who have the ability to connect with that DNA structure and cause this activation to occur. Does that make sense?
When you say the beings, you talk about the beings who have the dormant DNA, or other beings?
Other beings, not the human being, but other beings. For example, like in the movie, your friend had a cardinal, you say.
Yeah.
That, not your friend,
yeah,
but the girl.
We're tight, me and Emily Blunt.
In the movie, she was activated by an animal.
Yes.
It is absolutely 100% accurate that this is a possibility and indeed does happen. There are animal communicators that will be activated by an animal. You must understand that we have amazing, we shall say, capabilities just as Anne-Marie allows us to use her channel, also we use other willing participants. We always use a willing participant. We would like to make that perfectly clear. That is our way. We will never, ever overstep that boundary of human will, and we respect the human being on a level that we wish to express to those who are perhaps thinking there is something sinister about what is happening here. Not here, never here. It is sanctioned. It is always sanctioned. We never overstep.
Yeah, we understand that. I understand a lot of people carry fear, and I feel like, and again, I just want to circle back to the movie again. I feel like it is giving, that movie has created an opportunity for people to have more conversation about these things. But I feel it's a very narrow focus. It's very specific, and I think the abilities are far more reaching than what that movie had shown. But I think it's nice for another conversation. Would you call that? Was there anything in that movie that was a deliberate activation? Or was there an agenda in that movie that we don't understand?
It is an awakening. Yeah. It is an awakening for all of you who engage with it that have had the thought, or there are some who have not had the thought. And it just penetrates once again to that cellular memory of that understanding. Does this make sense?
Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, and that's really, well, you know what? Unless, if nobody else has any kind of question, does anybody have any questions about this?
I do, but I didn't want to interrupt.
Do.
So when people get activated, say Emily Blunt or me or all the other people out there watching, what that means. Ultimately, what does it mean? Is it for the greater good of mankind? I would think if you're gifted this gift, it has to be for the betterment of mankind. It's not something that you would hold just for yourself and your own needs.
That is not correct. You must understand that this belongs to you. You own it. It is yours, and you have a right to use it any way you wish. As we said, we do not force our agenda. It is a choice. You have free will as a human being. We never, ever will force anyone to do anything, ever. Does this make sense? It is a choice. It is a choice. It is for you and you first and foremost. You are led to that self-understanding, and then it is the self-acceptance and the embracing of whatever it may be. But it belongs to you and you alone. Honor your abilities in whatever form that takes. You may not be completely cognizant of the depth of your abilities. However, you are creative in some way. The being that you are has some type of creativity within it. The joy of life, the joy that you connect with is the essential cornerstone of all. Does this make sense?
Interesting.
Yeah. I remember years ago, the message was that I received. First for you, these gifts are yours, and then if you choose to bring them outwardly, then you bring them outwardly. And it really, and I had to bring myself back that, because we all want to go out and we want to change the world. Mm-hmm. But that's why my focus with what I do is everything is about the self. Because first and foremost, it is about you and being that greatest version of yourself. And then if you choose those gifts, choose those activations, and to bring it outward, then that's your choice. But if we all honor that, then we wouldn't have to bring it so much outward, because we all honored it. You know what I mean?
But that being said, too, so this is Anne-Marie talking right now. But so you have a feeling, when you feel like that's what you want to do. I'm talking to Dawn specifically. Like you want to bring. You have a greater purpose. You can feel it inside, right? And so that is also cellular memory, cellular understanding. Exactly. And so however that looks, and that's up to you, but that desire is absolutely relevant. Now they're going to start taking over. You came in here with a blueprint, with an agenda, with a contract, with a plan. When you are incarnated, you have, we shall say, if you can equate it to, for example, a program, a computer program, you have already written it. So there is something inside of you that has the memory of what was written in your script, so to speak. And so these are the pushes forward. And so what happens then, when you feel something so intensely within yourself, that is your memory coming forward. Does this make sense?
I got a question. So let's assume that all that is true. And let's assume that you have something more to teach. This is what I think I learned by watching that movie. And the bottom line is, a lot of things that we've been taught, a lot of things that we've been shown, allegedly, aren't true. And then the bottom line here is, like the other movie says, can you handle the truth? Do you want to know the truth? And then once you answer that question, to teach somebody what you now have accepted, the fear of not being accepted because you know a truth and you're trying to give it to someone else. How do you do that?
So are you asking if I believe something?
No, I'm saying I believe exactly everything you're saying, 100%. And I've come to the conclusion that I've been lied to a lot. A lot. The amount of lies that I've been led to believe are so plentiful.
Right.
And even deeper research past the movie has shown me. So how am I supposed to explain that to others who unfortunately don't see it that way, without the fear of being what's the word? Exercised? Pushed out of the society? Ostracized. That's even a better word. How do you do that? And if you know you're going to be ostracized, you're not going to do it.
It's courage. It's courage. I mean, look at me. Dude, this is not easy. I'm just telling you.
Yeah, gotta be who you are.
Like, when you have something, for example, we'll use Anne-Marie as an example. She has so much, we will say she has had to overcome her self-consciousness and the fact that she sometimes feels like she is not valid in human society. She is not accepted. She is a freak of nature. And so it is a choice for her, as we were saying, it is a choice for you to use your voice. We are not saying it is easy. We know it is not. But those of you who have the courage to do it will draw upon that courage and know that it is not without a cause that you feel what you feel. And it is for you to understand that courage trumps fear.
Yep.
Does that answer your question?
100%.
Yeah.
I just wish that more people would understand that.
Well,
sometimes it takes the not only the bravery, it's the willpower to say, you know what, this is what my purpose is, and step fully into it.
Yeah.
Or decide, you know what, I'll take a pass. Free will.
Yeah.
Well, so many people will take the pass because they say, well, I spend time teaching the truth. But then you go to the movies and you pay money to hear somebody else hear the truth. It's so ironic. You know the truth. You feel the truth. You're that individual. And yet you don't take advantage.
Well, what do you
of
feel
the
the truth is?
That I've been lied to?
Yeah.
Okay.
That maybe we are more than we say we are?
As human beings, you mean?
We are.
You can call it whatever you want.
As physical beings on this earth?
I don't know what we are anymore. It doesn't.
Okay.
To me,
I don't either, Freddie.
To me, but does it make a difference what I am?
No.
Or does it make a difference that we can't seem to live on a planet together? And I've said this a million times. We learned nothing from COVID. That separated us. We still have learned nothing. We take life like such a grain of salt. It doesn't make a difference anymore. So how in the world can I expect somebody else to understand my truth? And it's for me it is a fear because I really don't care, and I say the things that I say, and people sort of look at me and they laugh or they don't laugh, but that's okay because I've always from a different drum. And I spoke to my sister. She says, I've been watching what you're doing, and you're just that different. So you are that different. The question is, do we want to know the truth? Can you handle the truth? That was another movie, wasn't it?
Few Good Men. Few Good Men.
Few Good Men, right? So you come along.
So
you just got to keep doing it.
Exactly. So I would say for those of us who decide to do it, it's like we don't know life any other way. I used to be in the pharmacy. I cannot see myself behind a counter. I have to do what I do and help people, but in a different way. And this is how I choose to do it. This is, to Anne-Marie's point, this has not been easy, but once I've stepped into it, I don't know any other way of being. So yes, to your point, I was pretty upset when I found out that we had been lied to and the amount of lies. So we're not asking people to teach, but at least to stand firm in what your experience is, because then that also gives the courage for somebody else to say, you know what? I've had these experiences too. It opens up that dialogue. So I'm with you to a certain extent. We're kind of flunking the test as being humans, but there's a big swath as well who are accelerating, and they are kind of, I don't want to say taking themselves out of society, but these are the ones that are intentional societies where they're growing their own food or they're doing these types of things. So they're making their own society within the society that's here that doesn't work for them anymore.
I want to add a piece to that also because, Freddie, you were saying, how do we teach the others? And again, coming from a teacher, the one hard lesson I had to learn over the past, 5 to 10 years is you can never force your agenda on another. You have to know who you are, love and accept who you are, embrace that and be that. And when you do that, and then you could share what your thoughts or whatever, but you can't shove it down somebody else's throat. And when you live it, then that alone gives others the courage to live it as well. And I think, you're saying we as humanity, we're failing and we don't believe. I don't know who you're speaking for, but you're sitting in a room with people that don't fall under that umbrella.
1,000%.
There are many who believe the falsehoods. There are many who aren't ready to embrace themselves. There are many, but there are also many of us who have stepped into our role, into our purpose, embraced it, are bringing it to the world, shining our light, and people are going, hey, me too, me too. And those are the activations I was talking about when I first opened the show, or the segment.
And that's what we're looking for.
Okay, then I guess we shall see.
Well, it's a lot of things to ponder. We're going to take a commercial break. We're going to have a remote interview coming back with a segment called New Voters, Giovanni Rao, and she created a great platform, a foundation to get the young voters, the 18 to 24-year-old niche, involved and activated, as you would say, and involved in humankind and what it means for the next generation to get the government where they want it to go. So more to come with that. And then we'll come back to the conversation. More to come. We'll be right back.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue. Boca Raton.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, Rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
At AMP2TV, we don't just create content, we produce experiences. From concept to final cut, we bring your vision to life with cinematic quality and precision. Whether it's music videos, branded content, or live productions, we make it stand out. AMP2TV, where your vision gets amplified.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
On June 17th, 1972, 5 men were arrested for breaking into the Democratic National Committee headquarters at the Watergate complex. The burglars were found with surveillance equipment, and the incident became the starting point of the Watergate scandal that ultimately led to the resignation of Richard Nixon. On June 17th, 1976, the National Basketball Association merged with its rival, the American Basketball Association, adding 4 ABA teams: the Denver Nuggets, Indiana Pacers, Brooklyn Nets, and San Antonio Spurs. The merger helped shape the modern NBA by bringing in some of the ABA's most successful franchises. On June 17, 1994, millions watched a live police chase as O.J. Simpson rode in the white Ford Bronco through Los Angeles. Police were seeking Simpson in connection with the murders of Nicole Brown Simpson and Ronald Goldman. On June 17, 1954, Rocky Marciano defeated Ezzard Charles by unanimous decision at Yankee Stadium, successfully defeating his World Heavyweight Boxing title for the 3rd time.
And we're back.
And we're back. All right, this day in history is brought to you by the Annie Futures Foundation. Check out the new website. It is in progress, but it looks really, really good.
In progress?
In progress. It is ampfutures.org. It is a fully fledged 501c3 that gives the interns and students of this institution the opportunity to work in media production, collaboration, communication, commercial creation, journalism, everything they do here, and the soft skills. I think that's what got me into thinking what I might do next.
I don't know, Dawn. What are you doing next, Dr. Robert?
We'll see. We're actually, we have an interview joining us. We've got Janavi Rao. She is the founder, the creator of New Voters. Now, this young lady, Harvard, White House, more Harvard, and University of Pennsylvania. well versed. We're really excited to have her on. New Voters began in 2017 as a high school club in Pennsylvania, where she registered over 85% of eligible students for the 2018 midterm election, and that New Voters expanded and then became a 501c3. In 2020, they launched nationally and recruited a team of over 50 interns and directors to expand their reach. There's so much information what they've created. And it's what we had talked about during the last election. It is our youth. It is every single one of you in here that work with us as interns that make a difference. It's your generation that our government now and going forward is going to impact. So let's bring her over. Janavi.
Hello, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for having me on.
It is a pleasure to meet you. Tell us more about New Voters. What inspired you?
I was 16 when the 2016 election happened, and obviously too young to vote. And I'm from right outside of Philly, Chester County, Pennsylvania, famously purple area. And I remember sitting on my couch and watching the election results and feeling helpless. I saw, the results come in on the screen and colors on the map, and knowing that I wasn't part of them. And walked into school the next day and saw my friends on both sides of the aisle kind of walking around in a daze. And the resounding opinion from everybody, regardless of whether or not they were happy with the results of the election, was that this was the most talked about event of our entire lives, and it felt like we had absolutely no say. So started New Voters as a club my senior year of high school, and there was just this outpouring of desperation to have a say on the decisions that impacted us more than anybody else. And up until that point, I actually wanted to be a musician. I was planning to study opera and go to a conservatory. So big pivot, never considered myself political. And in 3 days, we registered 85% of our senior class to vote. And to date, it still remains one of the most meaningful experiences of my life because, and I'm sure you guys can remember this experience, or I'd love to hear, but that first time you feel something happen and work and it being like tangible and in front of you. And for me, it was that it worked, and it was not despite being young, but because I was young, we were able to register our school to vote. I was a music kid. I was able to get everyone in, theater to register to vote. My friend was in track. She was able to get everyone on her team to register. I had the phone book from elementary school, and I cold called people's parents. And I said, your son is not registered to vote. And they got registered to vote. And in the 9 years since, as you mentioned, I helped start the Harvard Votes Challenge in undergrad. And I cared a lot about registering, the surrounding Boston public school system to register to vote. And funnily enough, in 2020, was when we went national, and our focus was Florida, specifically Miami-Dade. And we had all of our materials translated to Spanish. We helped host Teens Get the Vaccine clinics at high schools across Miami-Dade. And now here we are, we've run over 1,000 registration drives across the country. And that motivation remains of, 4 million students graduate from high school every year. If 18-year-olds alone voted at the same rate as baby boomers, they would be the deciding voice in every contested election in the country. And on a micro level, how do we help as many young people as possible have that, formative experience of having power and seeing it work? So that's a little bit about what inspired me.
And how is it doing now? I mean, it's growing. Is this what you're doing now full time, is making an impact politically? Or bipartisan,
yes.
I should say, right? You don't take a side. It's bipartisan, I would assume.
Been my full-time job ever since. Incredibly lucky. Now we have 4 full-time staff on our team, as well as we have had over 500 team members on our team over the last 9 years. And we're in over 1,000 high schools across the country. And it is going, the interest is just ballooned. You can imagine going from being a full-time student doing this to being full-time doing this has been an incredible acceleration, but that first hire was just, and last year in 2025, we had 400 students involved in our programs total. And now in 2026, we have 400 students signing up with us a month. So it's been an incredible increase, and I have a lot of theories about why that's the case, but we have our first year-long fellowship. We have 125 fellows from across the country, including in Florida, who are going to who run 2 registration drives, so 250 drives for the 250th, as well as each running an organizing campaign. They're actually all coming to DC next week. Behind me are like infinite boxes of like various food items that we're giving the students. But it's the first time we're bringing, over 100 high school students together in person. Logistically, kind of a nightmare, but it's going to go great. So
Located now in DC?
I split time between DC and Philly.
And what has the response been? I mean, so many things to the students, to the high schools, to the results that you're seeing at large.
The response from like the students or from the surrounding community?
I mean, just getting the students involved, right? Because you're not saying you need to vote this way. You're saying just get involved. Pick your party or pick a non-party and get involved in what that means. Are you educating them on the difference between the parties versus independent, what some options are, and structuring it? Or it's like, here, just go out and register?
So it's a great question. Definitely voter registration without education is in some ways irresponsible, right? So we definitely focus on, especially for a lot of these students, they don't know what a primary is when we're registering them to vote. They don't know that there's an election every single year. It's not just when there's a president on the ballot, and that's like pretty foundational. Civics education in this country is severely underfunded. The stats are crazy that like for every 5 cents we spend on civics, they spend $50 on STEM education for a student. So we try to supplement that as much as we can, but we're very lucky to work with incredible partners like Generation Citizen, like iCivics, but also with like the Maryland State Board of Elections and so on, and the Arizona Department of Education. But really we're focused on how can we help young people vote and have the tools to vote, because voter disenfranchisement amongst young people is really prevalent. Like voting absentee is in and of itself, there are some places where my friend had to pay like $70 to rush mail in her ballot to vote because it kept getting sent back to her because her signature was different than when she registered to vote. But she was also 18 when she registered to vote, and she was 19 when she was voting, and your signature could change a lot between 18 and 19 years old.
It might be the ambivalence of I voted and it didn't go the way I wanted to. Why should I continue? And my friends and I we all voted this way, but the outcome, whether it be a midterm, a primary, whatever it is, isn't what I wanted. Why should I continue to have a voice if it's going to be, if it doesn't count?
Absolutely. And I think that a lot of people are trying to figure out how to message around this, because inherently you do look at election results and it is not one person. So if the message constantly to people is like, your vote will decide who wins, they're like, you're lying. Like, I can tell when I look at who wins that that's not the case. But what we're trying to do as much as possible is highlight how local elections are really close to the wire, even in predominantly blue or red areas. Like in Chester County, Pennsylvania, there are so many ties in elections that they use a bingo ball machine. They call in all the candidates who are tied, and they use a bingo ball machine and they pull out balls, and whoever gets the highest number wins the election. Crazy. But also beyond that, the idea that, your vote is your vote. But if you're voting, you can bring so many people with you. You can bring your parents, your piano teacher, your soccer team, and that absolutely does make a difference. And another thing that I will just say as a quick, if you're trying to get a high school student to vote, I do think that it is meaningful to say something like, it's so hard to vote as a young person for many reasons. People don't want you to vote. Do you want to do what they want you to do by not voting? And it actually is pretty successful.
A lot of the media that you see, they'll use the red and blue chart because the red and blue chart is easy to look at. So we live in Florida, which is a predominantly red chart. That whole state is red with pockets of blue. But that's the presidential piece. You don't understand the power that you have. I love what you're doing. If you can only organize and do all the elections, I'm not just talking about the presidential election, all of the things, because we hear the gripes that are coming from the students. But if they were to vote, you get high schoolers to do this. You're talking about a tidal wave. When I was in the unions of New York, our union boss threatened the city of New York that every Latino was going to remove his money out of the bank for one day. Every single dollar out of every bank for one, it would have collapsed the system. And then they listened to our problems. I'm not saying that you have to go to that extreme, but I'm saying that if you have a calling, if you have a gang member of what they're doing and you want to be part of that family, this is a great opportunity. I love what you're doing. Forget about the color state you live in. Just vote. Go out there and vote. If you don't win this time, I guarantee you if you don't vote, you ain't going to win the next time.
It's so important what you're doing. It's unbelievable. What did you go to school for?
I studied government and music in college.
So this is just perfect, everything you wanted.
Absolutely. No, and I mean, that's such a cool story about like collective action and collective bargaining power. I mean, you think about local elections, there is no more direct form of democracy than school boards. Yep. And you can literally elect your school board, and that's something that will impact like what classes are funded, your music department, what teachers, like if there are policies around civic education, voter registration. So I really do think that like local elections are where you can have such an impact. And I love what you're saying. If you don't win this time, I guarantee you're not going to next time if you don't vote.
You know, Obama used this strategy to get into the White House. He got college kids to vote because on the Democratic side of the ticket, Democrats don't come out if they don't think they got a chance. Man, but you have to create a chance.
Do you have a podcast or a place that people can follow you in your continued educational initiatives?
I do not have a podcast, but New Voters is everywhere.
No, you got to have a podcast.
You got to have a podcast.
You got to put a message out there.
Yeah.
You got to push it.
You guys are the incredible speakers.
We'll chat, but I really feel that you need the continuous initiative. When we first started, we had a show called Kids in Capes. And the two sisters started about doing mitzvahs, doing kindness,
old were they?
And things around the community. They were 8 and 10. And now they're 16 and 14 or 13. And now they have their own radio show. But the power of your generation empowers your generation.
They listen to you
so
before
the more
they listen
you get
to
out
us.
there, I'd rather them listen to you than some of these other big name podcasters who they're on lines and they say things they shouldn't say. But imagine the power you can have if they follow you continuously, because we've walked the walk. You're not just saying something because you got nothing better to say. You've walked the walk. You've seen the results. You see the voices. You see what they want. I think, and you're the face of New Voters. It would be amazing.
You got to do it. And there's no excuse. You got to do it. You know you got to do it. Everybody around you knows you got to do it. It's about time.
Wait till they elect her in office in D.C.
Why not? Why not? Why not?
That is very generous of you to say.
Why not?
But I will say, I do think that like we have so many incredible students, and it would just be amazing to get their voices out there. And that's what we're doing over at New Voters. You can find us at New Voters on Instagram, or if any high school students are listening to this and want to run a registration drive or an organizing campaign in their school, they can join us at new-voters.org. But on New Voters, we share the stories of all of these organizing projects and drives that our students are running. Like, there's a student who's planting trees in rural Kentucky in order to increase air quality because lung health is so poor in his community. And we have another student who's like, there's a fruit fly infestation in my town. And I had a fruit fly infestation in my dining hall in college, so I understand. And they're doing a bunch of community action to remove the fruit flies. So there are so many stories to be told, and I'm not going to say no to doing it in a different way. I appreciate the encouragement. But yeah, there is so much motivation and inspiration, because not only like young people don't believe they have power by being told like you have power, right. They believe it by experiencing it, and to a lesser extent seeing other young people who have grasped that power as well.
It's incredible what you're doing, taking the initiative, creating it, continuing with it, and growing it. The growth is remarkable. Empowering our youth, because that's what it's all about. Because us and the baby boomers and whatever generation, at some point, the world belongs to you guys and the next generation.
But we still play a role, because we're going to open up all of the veins that we know. I mean, we're old, so we know a lot of old stuff. And we know people that have been traveling with us forever. But to get somebody who will say, you know, stand up for yourself, believe in yourself, and this is the education behind that. Come on now. That's exactly what we need right now. So you got to be on the air. I don't know how we're going to do this, but we got to push
I'm going to chat with your people.
Yep, absolutely.
Oh my gosh, thank you.
I think they maybe have given me your phone number too in an email. So we'll chat and further because
we know where you are.
To highlight you, to highlight whoever you want to highlight. It's really important, I feel, that the work continues to grow and people realize that it's your generation that makes the difference and that they're not a forgotten generation. So more to come.
Thank you. Thank you
Thank you so much. You are wonderful.
You guys are incredible too. It is intergenerational partnerships that make everything possible. I would never have done this full time.
She's an attorney.
She's an attorney?
She has the verbiage. We got to definitely do more.
I'm really excited. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Much better weather.
Such a pleasure. All right, we've got Janavi Rowe of New Voters. I think we have her video. Do we have it on the board? Let's play her clip. She was with L'Oreal Women. Check this out. I mean, just to be nominated for this and be a part of it, it's incredible. All right, let's roll it, and then we'll go.
As long as I can remember, I wanted to be a singer. I loved being able to use my voice. But then the 2016 election happened, and I felt like that voice that was so important to me for my entire life was stripped away. At the time, I wasn't old enough to vote. This sense of helplessness and voicelessness that I had was echoed in so many of my friends. The issues we cared about most weren't being addressed. This drastically shifted my priorities, and where I felt like I could make the biggest impact, there was something that had to be done. Hey guys. Hey. New Voters is a youth-led 501c3 dedicated to helping high school students find their civic voice and become lifelong civic participants. We're mentoring students to run voter registration drives at their school. We believe in empowering young people to see themselves as leaders, as the kind of people who can impact the world around them. The decisions being made today impact them more than anybody else, and they deserve to have a say. Since New Voters started 7 years ago, we've activated tens of thousands of students. This year, our goal is to register 40,000 students to vote by the 2024 election.
So, I want you to tell me why you joined New Voters.
I joined New Voters because I thought so many of our students deeply care about the work that we do.
John Navy really just facilitates this cool environment where everyone can, sort of be treated as equals.
The right to vote is something that people have fought for, and that means it's something important. Even though we can't do it now, it will be super exciting to do, and we can get ahead of it together.
Students have just such immense capacity to inspire change, to motivate their friends and their family members.
Your vote is your voice, and you deserve to be heard.
Our preschool team provides personalized education and therapy services that are specifically designed to meet the unique needs of our children. These students are overcoming medical conditions that have been affecting their physical abilities since birth. Our specialized teacher and therapists understand the critical role that occupational and physical therapy play in helping these young children to develop essential skills in their early education program. We like for the children to leave us as shining stars and enter the big world of kindergarten.
Welcome to La Mesa Cafe Bistro, where every cup has a story. From freshly brewed coffee to comforting, flavorful dishes, it's the perfect place to slow down and savor the moment. Open 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. from Tuesday to Saturday, and 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. on Sunday and Monday. Stop by and taste the difference at 48 Northeast 1st Avenue in Boca Raton.
Looking for great coffee and a place to unwind? Come to Tiki Coffee and Desserts. We serve gourmet coffee made fresh, rich espresso, smooth lattes, and handcrafted specialty drinks made just the way you like them. Pair it with one of our delicious desserts, from creamy cheesecakes to fresh pastries and sweet treats made to satisfy every craving. No matter what you're in the mood for, you can trust that it's been prepared with care and quality ingredients. Enjoy a warm, welcoming atmosphere where our friendly staff make you feel right at home the moment you walk in. Whether you're meeting friends, taking a break, getting some work done, or simply treating yourself, Tiki Coffee and Desserts is the perfect stop. Don't miss out on an irresistible experience you'll want to come back to again and again. Tiki Coffee and Desserts, the hottest new coffee shop in Boca.
At AMP2 TV, we don't just create content, we produce experiences. From concept to final cut, we bring your vision to life with cinematic quality and precision. Whether it's music videos, branded content, or live productions, we make it stand out. AMP2 TV, where your vision gets amplified.
You're listening to the Midday Brooklyn Cafe Show with Dawn and Freddie S. Every weekday from 12 to 2, tune in for the ultimate midday escape. The perfect blend of entertainment, culture, and community, all served up with a side of Brooklyn flair. It's the South Florida show that everyone's talking about.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
National Mascot Day, celebrated each year on June 17th, honors the mascots that inspire team spirit, entertain crowds, and represent schools, sports teams, businesses, and communities. Mascots often serve as a symbol of pride and unity, helping bring people together through their energy and enthusiasm. The day recognizes the important role that these characters play in creating memorable experiences and supporting organizations. People celebrate by attending events, sharing favorite mascot memories, and showing appreciation for the mascots that make games, performances, and community activities more exciting.
Oh, hi. We're going into the intern corner. I am passing the mic to our animator and voiceover.
But let's roll the intro first for Intro Corner, part of the Amp Media Futures Foundation.
I'm Alfonso, and I'm the animator and voiceover, and I'm passing the mic to probably one of the best editors I have.
I'm Gordon, and I did This Day in History and the Holidays, and I'm passing the mic to Abdullah.
I am Abdullah Alavi. I am currently working on some new elements for the morning show, mainly like quizzes, and I'm passing the mic to Brianna.
Hi, I'm Brianna, also known as Brooklyn. I'm nervous, but I'm working on writing the script for the movie Radio Silence.
Why are you nervous?
I don't know.
Tell us about the movie Radio Silence, because you actually told me this morning you were excited about it.
Yeah, I am excited about it. I mean, I love making movies and writing and just being creative. That's kind of where I want to go with my career. So Radio Silence is basically about two people who are part of a true crime podcast that bring on a guest that is talking about an old cold case that happened years ago. Is that
I guess they're telling you the mic's not working. Here's another one.
Yeah, that they were talking about a cold case, and their guest ends up going missing. So now they have to figure out what happened to this guest, what happened to the old victim, and who the true killer is.
So they're all part of the Amp Media Futures Foundation. So when you wonder who they are and what they do, they are not free interns getting coffee. They're actually working really hard and cultivating their skills in media production and communication and journalism, in collaboration, in soft skills, and everything it takes in interpersonal relations, everything it takes to be a functioning good human being in this community, and to give back and show that media production can be positive and that the news can be positive without a spin. Just putting out there what it is, to like the new voters and her interns. It's everything that you guys put together.
Yeah.
Nice job. Thank you. Nice job. And you got to be working on some morning show elements too, correct?
Yes.
Getting it all done. And Gordon, you've been with us for a few years.
Yeah.
Abdul, you've been with us for a few years. And Freddie's on the mic. You've been with us for a few years.
All right, so let's play the element that one of the other interns did, and what you're gonna be sitting over here.
All right, let's roll it.
Sorry.
It's capybara, not a beaver.
Not a beaver.
Not a beaver. Not a beaver. But that was put together by Jamie, which has been really great.
That's great.
Jamie's also an intern here at the studio, and she came in as an animator, and she works quietly. She does her own thing, and then she just reveals what she has created, which is pretty. She made you and I look really good, like 20 years younger.
Like I'm 50 years younger.
I know, right? From the eyes of the youth, as they say.
It's interesting because we try something new, and as you can tell, new is not always comfortable. And if you look at their faces when I threw them up there, they were like, holy smokes.
Still look at Gordon's face.
But comfortable means you're learning. So it's an interesting lesson about what we were talking about before. And I got a question for you ladies, going back to the subject at hand, just to put my partner on the spot. So Dawn has decided she's going to get her PhD.
Yeah.
Dr. Graubert is going to be her name, and I am never calling her that, but that would be what it is. I just want to know, Dawn, being that you're going to do this, right, when are you going to start?
I asked for information last night, so we'll see. Applications have all been submitted, I guess, and accepted for the 26th term year. So it would have to be for 2027. But I'm sure if I asked, they would probably say, yes, you could do it. But I haven't even been accepted. I haven't applied. It was just this random thought that came into my head on Monday. And then I was randomly joking around with you yesterday, finding about the funding, and the funding opportunity is pretty unbelievable also. So there's really nothing in the way except time.
Except fear.
And it's not in, except fear. There you go.
You could dance a merengue all you want. And that's why I was laughing, because that segment that we did, that Dana was kind enough to say, I don't know who you're talking about, and she was so kind to point that out to me. I was talking about you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Because it isn't easy being you. Sometimes it ain't easy being anybody.
You know, as Helen says, Aries, you bite off a lot, and then you want the pieces, sort of the details, to be disseminated by somebody else, and you move on to something else. It's kind of true, but the pieces, I end up with all the pieces too. So it's really hard to move on to something else when you got pieces, the pieces of 8, the pieces of all the things that in my brain that I want to create, and we do. But look at this team I got around us. It's a nice way of saying no fear, right? As long as I hear no fear, I'm happy. Or as Dana would say, we have no, I don't know who he's talking about, because in this corner, there is no fear.
In this corner, we all positive, right? Absolutely.
Okay. Doesn't mean you don't have fear.
Yeah.
You just
courage. Not allowed. Courage.
The F word is not allowed.
There is fear of the unknown and new challenges, and how to handle time management is the hardest thing, and how to do all the other things that I've created with you and with all of them. To now reach out to do something else.
Logistics is just figuring it out.
Yeah.
But fear stops you from reading logistics.
We can't let it cripple you.
That's right, and that's the difference. As long as we all understand each other, I'm all in.
My kids are all in.
Hear it.
My kids are all in. Like, Mom, you should do it.
Are you sure? I mean, you're a brainiac. You've always.
Who goes back for their PhD at 60?
So what's wrong with that?
You do.
Seriously,
it's
that's
better than 64.
That's just craziness. I know, but I did get information. I actually asked for information, and we'll see where it rolls out.
Yeah.
All right, getting back to the conversation.
I'm sorry, because if you're feeling pulled, I mean, if you're feeling called, then that's the direction you want to go. That's the draw.
Well, I've learned from my experiences that if an idea pops into my head, there is a reason. I don't know what the reason is. Normally it comes with a 2x4 to let you know I have to move on the reason. But right now the 2x4 hasn't come yet. It's like how we landed here. It was why we started the foundation. It was why it grows. It's how you all show up. And I thank you for your help today, because it was so needed. And how you all show up and continue to help. So we'll see how it plays out.
Just remember, this was your idea.
Dawn, do you mind if I bring something up about something we were talking about earlier? We were kind of whispering about it after the last segment, talking about, the when you get activated and like what's the plan and who's it for and like what does it mean. And we were talking about, back in the day, back in the original Ubuntu Room when we were in my studio in Jupiter Farms, and we understood that we had these gifts and that we were supposed to bring them to the world. And we felt, because we weren't talking to other pockets of people like us, we were like, oh my God, we have to save humanity? Like it's just us. Why? How were we tapped in thinking that our gifts were to create this change in humanity? And then we learned as we evolved, wait a minute, there's a lot of people like us, and it's not about humanity, it's about us. And then ultimately, when we cultivate our gifts, we assist humanity. And through that conversation that we were having with you earlier, you don't have to do the activation, you don't have to do anything but do what feels right for you, what's in your best interest. You want to go get your PhD, and that's what's driving you, and that's about expanding whatever your gifts are through that avenue, then you do that. But you don't owe anybody else anything but you. And if you feel pulled, like Anne-Marie was saying earlier, to then assist humanity with that, then that pull is part of your plan. But don't feel the pressure, because it's not yours. It's not yours. It's the joy of fulfilling whatever it is that you feel the desire and the pull to do. That's yours. The inspiration, that's yours. And then if you want to help the rest of us in the process, great.
And I'll write a book in the meantime.
Exactly.
Yeah, sure. Because I'll throw that in the next 18 months so I can put that all together.
Yeah.
But the activation, everything's incredible that you ladies do. I've just never been one to hold any of it for myself. Just never a thing. It's like the oxygen mask, I still haven't quite put it on myself first, which is why when all that other stuff comes in, I'm like, oh my gosh, I need, because I've never done that. So that's even a whole new process.
It's a whole new muscle you have to
Never in my
learn.
life have I ever put the oxygen mask on first.
Well, now it's your time.
So,
Dr. D.
You were not alone. Like, I wasn't looking for this stuff.
1,000%.
I was not looking for it,
Yeah,
so
it
came for me. So, listen, I didn't even know what I do existed. So, for me, I couldn't even accept that, because who knew what this stuff was, right? So, I feel you.
But if people want to work with any of you ladies, best way to go through you, Dana? Because I don't want to give out everybody's phone number, that no one will get all that.
To get to Anne-Marie, you could go to my website. Go to ubuntufishgallery.com. UBUNTU, fishgallery.com. And when you look at the tabs, it's like all Dana stuff, the books and the this and the that. And then it's like Anne-Marie. So you can find her there and get more information and understanding about what it is she does and the books that she's written and all those things. To get to Wendy, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, so I forgot to mention on the segment on Monday that I also have my Etsy shop. So it's the same name, Holistic Blessings. So holisticblessings.com. There's tabs where you can find my different modes to communicate. You can send me an email. You can reach out there. You can reach out Facebook, Instagram, and you can always send me a personal message on Etsy as well. So either of those places, and we'll discuss whatever it is that you need.
Incredible. It's an amazing group of ladies over here, Freddie.
Thank you.
I see that. It's what did you call it? The activation?
Activation.
We're all in good company,
actually. Just gotta add more marbles to the game. Remember the game of marbles? And they used to use more and more marbles.
Yep.
I never understood that, but
Makes it more interesting, Freddie.
And now I do.
We used to call ourselves what, the Justice League at some point. They said that we were like working like the Justice League when there was a little bit, there's a couple of us missing, but it was pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah.
It's amazing what you all do. And actually in July we're going to start the Decoding the Woo.
Yeah. So the next week, next Wednesday, June 24th, we're going to just do a typical segment. I want to talk about impact. And then the following, July 1st, we're going to start. So get your book. Get it now. Go to, again, go to my website. And Decoding the Woo Woo, what I think is so great about it is when we get ourselves into a place of readiness for our growth, all of these things happen for all of us. It's like we're not special. You know what I mean? We think we are if we're not talking to each other. But all these things start to happen, like synchronicities, and you start to, see the resonance and the dissonance with things, and certain people come into your life. And I tell my story. You said you didn't ask for this. Neither did I. I found myself on this unintentional spiritual journey because I decided I wanted to paint, and things got crazy after that. The unicorns fell out of the sky, and all these opportunities and all this madness. So I write about it. And help people along the way with their journey. So I even have this, the schedule for book club already on my website. So you can go. I even have, because I'm a teacher, I even have...
she does, and then she asks for forgiveness. It's already on the website, which means it was before she came and talked to us this morning.
I wanted to be able to... No. I love that. No, I will tell you. I put it... No, I wanted to, because in my head, I was going to present it to you, and I was going to show you, and this is what it looks like, and then it never is perfect. The way it is. But yeah.
It was always there.
What's that?
It was always there.
I just put it there this weekend so I could talk, so I had a visual.
It was there.
Yes, it was always there. So, but I even have a sheet, like a reading sheet. But I even have a reading sheet, like chapter 1, focus on these keywords. Again, dork teacher. Chapter 2, this is a key point of interest to focus on. This way, you really could be in the game when we're talking about the book, Freddie.
Read or wreck.
Read or wreck. I suggest you read, or else you're going to get wrecked.
But you know what's interesting, Freddie? We had a different plan for today. And when the plan shifted, I knew there was a reason the plan needed to shift.
Yep.
And here the plan sits, because...
Yeah, but that plan can be...
No, because this one, Anne-Marie had to be here with the angels in this studio. It shifted for a reason.
For the assist.
Right. And even though I knew it driving in when it all started playing out the way it did, I couldn't call it. You had to call it.
Well, let me tell you something. The Knicks won the...
Oh,
they did.
Did they?
They did.
Did they win?
And they won on the road. So Anne-Marie could be at home or on the road.
I found a Knicks mezuzah for your door. Would you like it?
Did you see that? I sent that to you to see if we could get it.
Would you like a Knicks mezuzah? Absolutely. We'll hang it on the post.
That's cool.
That's very funny.
On the road, or you could win at home. And it is amazing what they do. It's amazing how they do it.
The consistency.
That's the difference. It's how they do it. Every part of the game has a different touch. That's what I love about this whole thing. I can sit all day and listen to the different versions of how they do it, but how they affect a person. Coaching has taught me that sometimes you can teach 20 kids the same thing and one kid will pick it up differently.
Yep.
It's like that.
1,000%.
One thing can change their life.
1,000%.
If you just present.
Pretty incredible. The ladies, thank you so much. Dana, this was so great.
Thank you. And it's just a fun fact. I talk about that in Chapter 8 of Decoding the Woo-Woo.
I'm pretty sure you did.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we've got Dawn DeMarco Book, a host of Faith Stories coming in, and I even know who her guest is this week. But I'll let her.
Very familiar.
I'll let her release that one. All right, more to come. We'll be right back.
Are you ready to stop playing small and step into your highest self? This isn't just a book club. It's a call to action. No fluff, no excuses, just growth. Actually, growth with some super cool people with a shared intention. Join us live at the Ubuntu Room on the Brooklyn Cafe Show Wednesdays at noon and become the greatest version of you. For more information, go to ubuntufishgallery.com. You be you, NTU, fishgallery.com.
Looking for music that brings back the memories? True Oldies FLA is South Florida's premier destination for timeless hits from the 1960s, 70s, and 80s. Brought to you by M2 TV Network. Broadcasting across multiple FM and HD stations, including 95.3 FM in Delray Beach and Boca Raton, 95.9 FM in Palm Beach County, 96.9 FM in Broward County and North Miami-Dade, and 106.9 FM on the Treasure Coast. True Oldies, FLA. Feel good music that spans generations.
Imagine this. A loved one, a son or a daughter, has just suffered from a life-threatening accident. They're transported to a state trauma hospital, and despite being in the care of professional physicians, they tragically pass away due to preventable medical errors. As if this was not tragic enough, then finding out that legal statutes in the state of Florida devalue your loved one's life to zero. This is what we are fighting against. Come join Edward Salazar as he discusses the issues surrounding free kill laws and how to resolve them. Catch The Fight Against Free Kill Laws with Ed Salazar on Monday, 5 p.m. on all social media. Learn who we are and join our cause today.
RCCA has a team of specialized therapists to treat a wide array of injuries and conditions, including balance issues, back pain, fall prevention techniques, joint replacements, and stroke rehab. Our therapists at RCCA help adults reclaim their strength and flexibility, allowing them to return to their hobbies and sports. We tailor treatment to return our patients to activities they love, such as croquet, gym workouts, golf, pickleball, and tennis. Our state-of-the-art equipment and therapists ensure that there is something here for everyone.
Are you ready to win a brand new 2027 Audi A3? The Core Foundation, in conjunction with AMP Media Futures Foundation, is giving you the chance to drive away in luxury while supporting scholarships and community programs. First prize, a new 2027 Audi A3. Second prize, an American Electric Stellar bike. Third prize, a $250 Visa gift card. The drawing will be held Saturday, December 19th, 2026 at the Fort Lauderdale Marriott North, and you do not need to be present to win. Tickets are only $20. Purchase yours today at AMP Media Production Studio or call 866-224-5422. That's 866-224-5422 or email mail to production@amp2.tv.
I am an American veteran. I'm proud to have served this country. Helping veterans is something all Americans can participate in, and it's as simple as donating an old car that you have sitting around. When you call the Veteran Car Donation Program, they'll explain how their program works, and then arrange a time they can come and pick up your vehicle for free. Running or not, it doesn't matter. They take cars, trucks, motorcycles, or vans. As a veteran, show your support by donating your car and get a tax deduction in the process. Call the Veteran Car Donation Program right now. They'll come and pick your car up for free, and you'll get a tax deduction in the process. Call the number we're about to give you right now. Thank you, and God bless America.
800-378-3816. 800-378-3816. 800-378-3816. That's 800-378-3816. Proceeds support Heroes on the Water.
You've been watching the Brooklyn Cafe Show. Join us each day and after hours as we talk about the hot topics to open the conversations and share a few laughs. Now, back to Dawn and Freddie S.
All right, we're back, and we have Dawn the Book is going to be doing something with somebody we all know.
Well, very well. Mm-hmm. Yeah, Pete's an amazing man. My guest today is Pete Graham, and he's been working on this documentary for, I believe, 3 years, if I'm not mistaken. And he came to you guys, what, a year ago?
It seemed like a year ago.
Yeah, it's been
6
a while.
months?
Yeah, so
I think it was 6 months.
The documentary is about discovering your way to God, and so it's going to be cool because it's his heart what he shared, So, and he's been through so much, and God took a broken man and literally restored him to who he is today, Yeah,
so. He shared that with 18 of us.
Wow, he had a good turnout. That's good.
Well, 18 of us. He shared his story and he shared his passion. And I know that he put this thing with adrenaline and pure from the soul. You could see it. And we all asked him, okay, Pete, what's next? What are we going to do next with this?
Right.
So I'm going to ask him again when he gets in here today. But what a story. What a turnaround for him.
It's crazy because it was, literally in 2016, he's homeless, not because he was on drugs, not because he was on drinking because he was in such a deep depression.
Yes.
And that to me is just like, I can't even fathom that. And then to go from there, and then he was like a VIP liaison with the Miami Dolphins at a Super Bowl. I mean, the Dolphins have not been in the Super Bowl in forever. But yeah, I mean, I think it's amazing what God can do if you just like allow him to take control of your life. It's like, okay, Lord, what next? And he did. And I think it's incredible what he accomplished.
True that. And what time?
Thank you to you for bringing Pete forward to us.
Sure.
Because the impact that his script had on the masses, and I think it'll be a great impact for the gospel.
Sure.
But to see what it's done for the studio and what Andrew created out of it, I said it's like taking a painter and you have a blank canvas.
Right, I know.
And he brought this script to life. And in pieces, the way that he filmed it, the way he put the backgrounds, the way he brought the music forward, and to be able to present this part of Pete's soul and his journey.
Yeah.
Andrew did such a beautiful job putting it all together.
Andrew rocks. I'm sorry. He is so talented. All your kids are. I mean, but Andrew really. You're welcome.
God.
No, really. I mean, when I sent the videos that he did for the commercial on CW,
yes,
they were so impressed by his work. And it was Scoville TV who put it all together. It's just they have a show on CW, but they were like blown away by what he did.
So it's going to be a great show.
I'm very blessed.
No, he did a great. He does a nice show. It was nice to see Andrew in his outer element sitting there because everybody was giving him praise and you know, like I said, if you're not comfortable, you're not learning. So
true.
I mean, that goes for you too.
Oh, I know. Yeah.
You know, you're another one. Another one. I love all of these little pockets of everybody's okay, everybody's good.
Everybody's great.
Yeah.
All right, so tune in today to Faith Stories, 3 o'clock with Don DeMarco book. We have any other elements, Brooklyn? Or are we good?
Now let's see the flyers.
Let's
go
throw up the
to the
flyers. Let's take a look at them.
Put up the flyers.
June 26th, yes, you're all invited to join us. We're having our 10th anniversary beach party. Yay. Because what else do you do when you've done everything else so far? We've done restaurants, we've done studios, let's go to the beach. It may rain, but I don't think it's going to. But we did rent a pavilion, a very large pavilion, so you can all stay dry, whether rain or sun. If it's sunny and you're hot, stay in the pavilion. If it's raining, we can still get together and just have some fun and celebrate. No cameras, no shows. Just a day of saying thank you to all of you for supporting us for all of these years. And to our crew, I think we've probably had, I say about 400, you think 1,500 over the past 8 years, but it's been a lot of them. So who's ever here, please join us. I feel like we've been doing a lot of parties lately, but it's about finding your inner joy. So
well, it's interesting because you said, a lot of people said, well, why don't you go here? Crazy Uncle Mike's, we did that our 4th year. Well, why don't you go here? Well, we did that. Well, you have people coming, well, we did that. We've done so many different things. This is the first time we're not doing anything.
We're doing it at the beach.
I'm saying, the way we used to do it before, productions, little people, fairies, singers, Hawaiian people. I mean, you name it, luau's. We did all of that. We've done it. If you look back at the archives, we've done it. And this time, we just taking the chill pill. It's going to rain. She says it isn't. I guarantee it's going to rain.
I have a special stone that is.
Yeah, well, you better get a bigger stone. But it's going to be a Puerto Rican block party. It's okay if it rains. If it rains, it means, well, you show up there.
I got my woos.
With your curly hair, you're going to find out real quick what that means. Because it doesn't. The 26th.
Next Friday. I say 11 to 2, but we actually have it all day, sunrise to sunset. So we can hang out as long as you want.
It's just you can hang out there. And the last time we went to the beach, I think it was for your birthday.
My birthday last year, which was great. There was no overhang. It was hot. But we've got
we got an overhang.
We have a pavilion.
No, I ain't going out there either. But the object of the game is to have some fun. You come out and you celebrate. You know, family always sticks together in everything we do.
You know what happens when you put the woos in the salt water?
What's that? What happened? Wow.
I like that a lot.
Wow. The
South Inlet Park in Boca.
The wet beach.
The wet beach.
Yeah.
As opposed to the dry beach.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Plenty of those.
All right, you ready to wrap it up?
Ready to wrap it up.
All right, Dana, Anne-Marie, Wendy, thank you so much. Dawn, can't wait to see Faith Stories. To our crew, the Intern Corner, amazing. And new voters, check it out. If you are a high school student, 18 to 24, you want to run an initiative and get your kids involved in voting. The education on voting and the right to vote is so tremendous. So exercise your right to have your voice heard. It's really, really important. So more to come with that. We're going to bring her back on. We will see you tomorrow, 9 a.m. drive time. Have a great afternoon, everyone. Stay dry. Bye-bye.
Well, that's about it for today. Even though the show's over, the Brooklyn Cafe is always open for business. You're invited to join the fun every day from 12 to 2. If you missed some of the laughs from today, Dawn and Freddie S. will bring you more good cheer next time. You can follow the Brooklyn Cafe on Facebook at the Brooklyn Cafe TV to rewatch every minute of the show. We'll see you next time.